Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But then I'll punish everyone. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest.
Well then, let's discuss. First, we need to clarify who.
It's Kyoko! There's no.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
But
Well, that's just. She's like the latest.
There's a limit to how much
Okay. Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead.
her trait?
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if some.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently.
Oh! You know,
They probably just got burnt up. I'm not convinced. That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, it's wrong. No, there's no way. Whoever it was, they were, I imagine, trying to wear. Besides, it'd be pretty weird for someone who.
Jeez, man, you don't know women.
If anyone doesn't know,
Well, Kyoko.
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't. If I wore fake nails,
Then that's that.
Which should have been obvious.
Okay, so then, who's
That's the first thing I said.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
there's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition, and there wasn't any description in the Monokuma. Oh, if we can't identify the body,
Then there's nothing else we can do, right? If Kyoko really is, then who died?
there's gotta be some way. I don't think so. The face was scorched, and there wasn't any description in the. Well, if we can't identify the body,
No, it's wrong. There was one clue left behind.
what? If you're lying, you'll die of.
Cruel and unusual.
She's just being stupid.
The key to figuring is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh yeah. Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? Really?
No, that's not it.
Oh.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps.
Okay.
To show that they're a member of the team, would get a tattoo representing Fenrir.
Fenrir?
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster.
Man, after all this...
A wolf pack.
Exactly. The which means that person must. So it must have been. What?
Hold on. Is it?
Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying?
No. It means we were...
But I mean,
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her. After all, looking at her profile, all it said was, if I remember correctly, Kyoko. That's what...
So that means...
who was? She's been gone this whole. Usually, when there's a scene where an important character,
So you're saying she, which would mean she was the same...
Then...
it must have been the Hope's Peak Academy.
No, the headmaster.
But how can we trust that?
My information was.
Okay. We're in the middle of a truck. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will happen. No matter what happens, we will find out who you...
I have officially decided to completely ignore... now then, just so nobody... The reason we're having a class... Hammer that point
What you're saying is that both the victim and the...
Then
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's...
Nope. There are only 6...
Seriously?
who did it?
Get a hold of yourself.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm...
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and...
Why do you?
Allow me just after nighttime last night. At that point. So, the murder must, however... Hiro took...
The gym?
That's right. The whole time we were very careful, not all of which is to say...
Are me and Mako.
Exactly.
I have...
Are you thinking of rape?
Well, before that, doing that might...
Whatever you want. Some...
Me and Byakuya can... Well, it was after night, so the murder must have...
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then. Oh, but
The one who saw the body first was Toki.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at...
he's right.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit. So I don't have an alibi, but I'm sure I met up with everyone else before.
We ran into each other in the diner. Oh yeah, right around.
Which means from 10 p.m. to...
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Shoot!
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections,
Now would be the time.
we've established a time frame for the murder. It took place... somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Shoot!
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder. So Makoto,
If you have any objections, now would be the time.
we've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10...
No, that's wrong! Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near...
And what makes you...
Because of the sprinklers are set to go off right... So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been...
Oh, hold on! The body was wet.
Sorry, Toko.
I'm wrong? Are you saying only the mouth down south was...
No,
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler?
Man,
If you really think you... I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
this should prove it. Just remember what the body was like. The top half of the body was wet, yes. But the bottom half was... If the sprinklers got the body wet,
So they only got the top wet? I'm so...
let's just... The reason only the top... While the body was still on fire,
Then I guess...
so if the sprinklers didn't sometime after the sprinklers...
which means she must have been killed sometime...
But Makoto's alibi was only missing...
So there's no way Makoto could have...
In which case,
I'd just like to say, if you vote for me and I die, which is why I can't.
So are you saying...
Of course I'm not. This is a trap. The mass...
A trap?
Stop wasting time! Stop!
Shut up!
You got it, boss! Shut it...
Anyway, Kyoko, you act...
Huh?
She thought Mukuro was the... So she killed her. But you made one catastrophe, and as a result, we were forced into...
If she had a motive and no...
I'm not the only one without an alibi.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but because you see, there is...
Interesting.
All it would take was covering the body...
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch up. You're right. In fact, the dirt pattern on only one side of the tarp, the side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Wait.
And what might that... By covering the body with the tarp. The killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, it's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state...
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so...
If they had, they would have washed both sides.
Oh!
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was... What if, after they then covered the body in...
You mean someone...
I know! They could have grabbed some... That's what Hifumi did, right?
No, that's not... The killer got the blood from right...
I got it! Could it have been...
What?
When I checked the chicken coop... But after the murder...
So, you're saying... Man!
Killing a living thing just to do something like that?
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so that... Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, you said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood. But if that's the case, then the blood... But that's not what we saw. Only the ground was...
I have to admit, maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene.
They covered...
When you discovered the body, was it wearing...
Wait. No. The head was through the neck.
Then that settled.
Sorry, I don't have...
Here's what happened. But the body didn't get wet, because then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tar, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinkler?
That actually wouldn't have hurt. They already had the coat ready, so they'd be done in no time.
Maybe.
Hina, after you met up,
oh no, I headed up.
then he had plenty of time.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not.
I must admit, Kyoko... Well then, it looks Makoto's alibi is no good.
For serious, man. Hey, why don't we let...
Oh!
See? Pretty...
No, not that.
Well, don't just stand...
You know that knife we found?
One we found stuck in... According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way So? What?
I'm pretty sure that's what I thought when I first... It's the knife we...
You don't seem surprised. Then why did you hide...
It's not that I hid it.
Suspicion knife we found stuck in the box. Now I'm totally convinced he did it!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, and that seals it! Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horror. Rebel man, you are Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it.
Look, just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
No, it's wrong. Wait, hold on. That should be clear from the description of...
Lies!
Wait, no! The killer covered the dead body with the tar... In other words, the victim never wore that...
Okay.
So... The knife had been thrust through the coat. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't...
Maybe you stabbed her twice.
I got it! The Monokuma file clear...
Oh yeah, it sure did.
Then the...
was just another piece of camp... They probably stabbed her to... exploding the body afterward. The explosion severely damaged the body. It was all the killer's attempt...
So they wanted us to notice the they meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of...
Oh, hey, I have a question. What's the deal with that explosion anyway?
If you bothered to put that lump...
Well, if you're so smart...
I'll tell you. I bet some
I might be dumb.
Go ahead, Makoto.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment
Huh?
That's only natural. We saw the same. It's part.
Oh!
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more. They wanted the knife wound to look, and the only one is the only other
Hold on a second.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like.
That's true.
Fine. I have no problem with that. It won't change the fact. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already told.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other.
Oh, yeah. According to the monk, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already told.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? Then there's only one.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Death.
Well, yeah. She was already totally.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other.
Oh, yeah. According to the monk, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Shoot!
Then shall we continue?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
No, that's wrong! Mukuro died because of the blow. What about the wounds all over? The Monokuma file makes it.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Okay, then we're safe.
The Monokuma file says she was.
Oh, I bet it was the.
How is that even possible?
Well, maybe they helped.
No way! The balance would. I wouldn't mind testing.
No, thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty. Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her.
We already know?
So what was?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back. And that something was.
Arrow.
Indeed.
Are you sure? sure? Hey! How dare you! I'm not back-talking any...
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just the one
Another weapon.
inside the dojo locker. The killer probably uses bundling them together using the duct tape, and that's exactly what...
It's similar to Aesop's fable. One stick is weak. To put them together.
That's hard.
How is it harsh?
Anyway, that explains. As for who the culprit is, it was you.
I've never been to the...
Oh no.
How can you say that?
Because we have proof of...
Oh,
Surely you don't intend. You know what will happen. If you cover for the culprit, the death of us all, then show us. Show...
I got it! The one thing that proves right here.
And how does that...
Because
It was...
Don't bother trying to... That key is just your non-existent alibi. This all proves...
hold on, it's
Not this again.
no. There's one more thing. Kyoko. Last night. Why? That's what I need to know.
I was just... protecting you.
What?
That's enough. The time...
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't...
I knew you were stubborn.
Really? But can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should... Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya.
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anything.
Master would never hide.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anything.
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko, because she had given her...
I see. And if I had the key...
Then obviously, without my room key, am I wrong? Then you're finally stuck.
There was a lie hidden with...
A lie?
Isn't that right?
You said it. So let's hear it. Where's this? I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, that's wrong. No. You said so yourself. Kyoko stole it from the head, which means she...
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like...
No, I'm so... What are you... Like I said, this was a... So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then... Kyoko aren't the killer?
Okay!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but
But that's ridiculous!
It's because you were late. So then, it's time for... But I guess we already... Now then, I've prepared a... Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
This isn't right!
Makoto, why are you staring off and... Well, does no one have a... Have you decided to accept her... I see. So you still... I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room.
I mean, Byakuya...
You!
But of course, I have an alibi. I couldn't possibly...
Someone had to put...
There's only one other... Someone could have had the key on them. Then once they arrived...
What?
I don't see any...
Wait a second. Let's think about it one more time.
Huh?
First of all, there's something... Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us.
Okay!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial.
What?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late! So we had to push... So then, it's time for voting time. Now, who will be Hey, what's it gonna be? What? Yes, indeed. Yep. Hey! Shing! Thrills, chills, kick!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Let's give it everything we've got!
It would seem...
What the heck?
In other words, calm down. In other words,
What did you say?
so... Just a second. It smells awful. Indeed. So... Hey. Hmm? So... you... Indeed. However... It's true. In other words... Correct. In other words... Indeed. Makoto. That's right. It would seem... Hey. Indeed. However... Why is that? Correct. However...
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Listen. Hey. Correct. So... Correct. So... In other words...
Huh?
No matter what...
So,
However... So... It's true. Indeed. Correct. However... So... However... Anyway... Indeed. Correct. That's right. In other words, hey. Indeed. Anyway. Correct. However, correct. Indeed. Correct. In other words, Makoto. Indeed. That's right. It would seem... Indeed.